Good evening. Welcome to Manhasset's Board of Education meeting. Today is August 18th, 2026. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'd like to call to order our public session. We have a quorum. We have 4. Nicole? Can we approve our minutes from, we had about 3 meetings, July 13th, 26. We had our organizational meeting, our regular meeting from that session, and July 29th, 26. All in favor? That's 4. And student matters and curriculum, our superintendent's report.
Thank you very much, Nadia. The superintendent's report today began our new teacher orientation. Our new staff members joined us today. We had a great session first day and part of getting to know the district. We had 2 of our board members take our newbies, as we call them, out around the town on a school bus. And Allison and Maria, you got them all up to speed on all things Manhasset, which was pretty interesting, even for me as well. We drove all around the town and saw a great many sites. We learned a great deal of history about Manhasset, and I think it really went well. So I want to thank you both for taking your time this morning from your families to come and help introduce our new Manhasset family members, school members to all that is Manhasset. You want to comment on that at all, or?
It's a highlight of the year for me personally. And I feel like, Manhasset's wonderful. And we said this on the bus because everybody in the community finds ways to contribute in the ways meaningful to them. And Maria and I have the opportunity to be on the board and to get to share what we love about our community and why it's so wonderful, and show these teachers what they're coming into, and also thank them, because we said, when you pick a place to raise your family, the community is helping you do that. And the community includes the teachers and the staff and the schools. So it was a real privilege and honor to meet them. I'm so excited for them, and I hope they have wonderful careers here in Manhasset.
Thank you so much. Yes, and I had a bus full of people, administrators and new staff, so really learned a lot. Thank you so much. So, next week, August 26th, is Superintendent's Conference Day. It is our first day where all staff is back, and I will be speaking, and as our Dr. Giannopoulos, you will speak as well, address the staff. And that is our first day back for folks from summer vacation. School starts September 1 for our students, and I'm sure they're looking forward to that. I actually did see 2 boys go by on their bike today, and they yelled at me, "Hey, mister." And so I waved. I said, "You getting ready for school?" They said yes, like they were excited about coming back for school, which was really, really nice to hear and see. And we're excited to see them. Sports are underway at this time as well. I know football is starting, and speaking of that, our athletic hallway is 95% done. It looks incredible. I can't wait for folks to get in there and see that. Our black box is completed as well. Our new theater there, which is incredible, that's completed. August 31st will be our board tour, where the board will visit all of the schools and facilities and walk through our schools and see that they are prepared and ready for business on September 1. So I want to thank you for that opportunity to share that report. I do want to take a moment here and mention 2 people that this community, the Manhasset family has lost recently. Justine McGill was a Shelter Rock mom of 2 who we lost recently, and Erasmo Troyer, a 2019 grad, volunteer fireman, EMT, NYPD officer, and whose picture hangs in this hallway here. I don't even know if his family knows that. Picture hangs in this hallway here. Rebecca, I know you were very close with him and the family, and we lost him this past weekend. And so if you don't mind, I'd like to just take a moment to stand and just have a moment of silence for these 2 individuals. Thank you so much. I do appreciate that. Okay. Dr. Giannopoulos, back to you. Thank you.
Military. We'd like to move on to our discussion item, which is discussing our secondary school bus traffic. And we'll pass it on to Jesse from Transportation, who worked with our Transportation Department to come up with a traffic review to allow for an ease of a pilot study for morning drop-off and pickup. So go through a presentation for us.
We'll jump to, let's do that, and then we'll do enrollment after that, okay?
Elementary, yeah.
Yeah, we'll do that after. Yep.
Okay.
So Jesse Sher's ahead of our transportation. Just going to do a quick presentation, right, Jess? Quick presentation.
Hey, everyone. So to help enhance safety, alleviate some traffic, and get kind of align our operations with state guidance, we're going to try to separate our school bus drop-offs and pickups from parent traffic. So right now, everybody kind of comes to the back and drops off by the arches. And, you know, it causes delays. All the cars have to stop when the buses are loading.
Jesse, that's a nice word for it, delays. It's chaos, right? I mean, I've been back there, buses, cars, kids running through the lots and things like that. It's a safety concern. So I'm glad you looked at this. And it's also a concern for folks just getting in and out because it takes so long.
Yeah. For us, primarily, this was a safety issue. You know, and again, the state guidance talks about both. And I know that here, residents, the school community has raised a lot of concerns about traffic. So that played a big part. We didn't want to make the matters worse. We wanted to try to help make it better. So we had the buses here today and successfully are able to stage buses for the afternoon. In the morning, they'll come in separate from parent traffic. They'll be diverted into the lot where parents will be diverted straight to the back. And it'll enable them to get in and out quicker, getting to Shelter Rock and Muncie Park faster. And then, you know, hopefully alleviate things like parents waiting on the line, feeling like they're running out of time maybe to get to work and letting their kids out to run across the parking lot.
Yeah, as you see there, the trail of white cars are going to go around to the back and then right back out. So there's no looping for parents now in front of the building where arms come out or in the back with the buses where the stop comes out. People don't want to get a ticket. We don't really do that here in Manhasset, but also you just want to be safe. So there's no more intermingling of that. The buses front, parents around back, and then straight out back through that line there. So there's no more going through that loop and backing everybody up. And so we're going to pilot this, right, Jesse?
So we're looking at Tuesday, September 29th will be when we start the pilot. And then, you know, we'll take feedback from the community. We'll all be watching it as the administration team, school building, security. You know, we'll kind of get feedback, make adjustments where needed, and see how we could make the system better.
I think we're going to start with the morning first, and then because that will flow easy. And I see the morning times, their bus is only 6:30 to 7:30 in the front, and then parents can go to the front if they do in fact want to at 7:45 to 2. And then we have some afternoon times there as well. But we'll communicate a lot of this to the parents a bunch before we get to that point and remind people. I just didn't want to start at the beginning of the year with just all the chaos for the first few days, first couple of weeks. So we will implement that pilot on the 29th, and we'll see how it goes. And we'll get, like you said, feedback and then see if we're going to continue it, see if we can do it in the afternoons. Now, this is not the first time. We didn't just dream this up, right? I mean, we've done this on election days.
Yes. So when we have election days, this is the exact system that we use. We keep parents exclusively in the back and school buses in the bus loop, and it has worked well. You know, I think that there's a level of choreography that probably would help with the traffic itself more. But as far as the safety goes, this works, and it certainly has not added to any of those.
Okay, so we will give it a shot. We're having this conversation live on our cameras online so that folks can see it and make sure that they, if anyone wants to provide feedback, always you can email us or speak to us, and we'll take that into consideration. Any questions for Jess?
My question would be more for you. I know we do this usually on election day or days that, you know, we can't have anybody going in the back. What the staff that parks currently in the front lot and the back lot, what time do they normally show up? And are they going to be interfering anything with the buses?
This should not impact staff at all. They should be here. They're typically here early. They'll be able to park in their spots. This would actually help in the morning because they're not back there, you know, with the buses. And if we eventually do it in the afternoon with the front as well, this would actually help people to roll right out of here instead of waiting and commingling with the buses. Okay. Jesse, outstanding. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Yes, yes, please. You want to open that up for any discussion from the community around this issue? Okay, thank you so much. Jess, you're welcome to stay the night or go home. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you. So can we jump back to the discussion on finalizing, actually it is a presentation, finalizing elementary sections. Do we have that set up, Nicole? Outstanding, thank you.
It's good we have it on each.
Yeah. There we go. Okay. Dina, you going to take this one? Thank you so much. We'll give you a clicker. You can do it right from there.
So first that we have Shelter Rock. All of our numbers are within the guidelines that the district policies have. Our average class sizes really are low. Our primary grades are 18 to 15, which are nice low numbers that if we can maintain, we're always going to try to maintain. And our sections in intermediate is well below our guidelines. Guidelines are 26, we're at 22 is our highest. So we are down 2 sections from last year, but I think we have great numbers and we're in good shape within our guidelines. And if we have additional students coming back or joining our community, we have enough space for them to come in. At Muncie Park, it's the same thing. Our kindergarten numbers are low. We are expecting a few more students to come join our family. So we're expecting those kindergarten numbers to go a little bit higher. But again, we are below our guidelines and our highest sections are at 23. So again, when we have students joining our communities, we will have plenty of space to welcome them into our classrooms.
Well, this should not be a surprise to the community or the board. We put a focus here, right? This is an initiative for us. This is a goal for us, and we put money to make sure that we have lower class size. That's what this community has asked for. We continue to do that. And as Dina said, there is some room here. You see 67 are actually enrolled at Muncie right now in K with 9 packets outstanding. Even if we get to 76, we still would be below our projected enrollment. So obviously we'll keep an eye on those numbers. But this happened last year at Shelter where kindergarten was lower. We kept an eye on those numbers. We were able to put some more kids in as they arrived, and then we can adjust as we move forward. Any questions on enrollment?
Throughout the years, we have data to support a differential with students starting in the beginning of the school year and then moving into the neighborhood. And
Yes, as you can see, there's certainly room for them, and we have had this process throughout the years, and we do have that data that shows. Yeah, I'm going to say necessarily fill all the way, right? We don't ever get to our numbers, really, our guide. 26, as you can see, we're 3 below, so there's still room there at Muncie in those sections in 6th grade. And next year, they're going back up to 5 sections there in 5th grade. So, well, they're in 5th grade this year. They'll be in 5 sections. So again, well below our numbers.
it allows us to just retain our staff as well.
Yeah, I mean, we could, as a board, act to say we're going to raise class size and
No, we don't want that.
yeah, You won't even let me finish that
No,
sentence.
no, no,
Okay.
not allowed.
This
Fair
year,
enough.
we're able to reduce our sections, but we had retirements, so it did not impact any of our teachers
Or really class size, Dina.
or class size.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much.
Anybody have any questions? I'm sorry. Okay.
Regular agenda, right?
Our next topic is discussion around curriculum and instruction working group.
Thank you so much. In our effort to be more transparent and also to bring in diverse stakeholder groups, we are putting together this year a working group. It is not a committee per se. The notion is that we are working on diverse perspectives on curriculum, instruction, assessment, and emerging educational initiatives. It is designed for continuous improvement, reviewing district programs, and examining student learning and instruction. It's advisory in capacity, and at any point, because it's a working group, if it's not necessary, we can sunset it. The representation is meant to be very small on purpose, so this is an agile group. People are welcome to come in and sit in the audience, but the actual working group will be, as I said, small. It will be run by me, the assistant soup for curriculum and instruction. It will have an elementary or K-12 administrator, a secondary administrator or K-12 administrator, an elementary teacher, a secondary teacher, 2 parents recommended by the SEA, and we're also inviting 2 students, 10 through 12. So I'll be sending out through the high school an invitation for that and working with building administration to make that determination. There's also a representative as a Board of Ed trustee to sit with us as well. So we will be working on reviewing district initiatives, instructional programs, and assessment practices, looking at achievement trends, program data evidence, stakeholder feedback on curriculum revisions, instructional resources, and program enhancements, exploring educational research, instructional practices, and ideas that really are feeding into the continuous improvement of our program. What it will not be doing, which is important as well, is we are not developing or writing curriculum documents. We will not be evaluating teachers, administrators, or instructional staff. We will not be making personnel, staffing, or hiring decisions. We will not be addressing individual student, parent, or personnel matters, replacing existing administrative decision-making processes. We're not establishing a policy. We're not approving curriculum, et cetera, textbooks, instructional materials, nor are we making budgetary or purchasing decisions, and it's not meant as a grievance, complaint, or appeals body. The whole purpose of this is to be transparent and have the conversation on how to bring Manhasset to our next level of excellence. There will be 5 meetings. The parents are welcome to go through the SEA. I will be asking the SEA for their 2 nominations for that. The administrators will be going through the administrators unit, teachers through the MEA, and then the students, as I said, will be coming through the secondary building for that. We look forward to this as we are always interested in voices. This is meant to be very student-centered. It is not meant for a particular point of view, but rather to see how this all works together to become better. Is there any questions I can answer?
Rebecca, I think this grew out of some conversations with parents and staff. I appreciate you bringing this idea forward and the board for accepting it and creating this working group. I think it's a great way for us to be, again, as transparent as possible insofar as what we're teaching our kids in our curriculum.
So the document that is up on the board will be, it will be online as well. It's already online. Michelle, Nicole is telling us. So you are welcome to review that. It's pretty detailed. Thanks.
Thank you, Dr. Chowski. I know that you were receiving and were so helpful with parents, meeting one-on-one, and I know that you will continue to do that as needed, and this just allows you a funnel to be able to meet with everybody and just gather ideas together and continue to move our curriculum forward, and just stay on the cusp of research and pull together the best ideas. And I know Mrs. Jenna Rizzo, you're going to sit on as the board liaison, and you have a background in education, and you'll report back to us and just share with us your ideas as well, and you'll work together. So it's a great pairing. Thank you. So our next point of business is acceptance of a very generous grant from Green Tree Good Neighbors. Yeah, oh, I have. Yeah, well, I guess both, yeah. So there's the Women's Club, the Planton Women's Club is also a generous grant of $1,500 to provide food and resources to students involved in the middle school bridge program. All in favor? That's 4. And the second grant was an acceptance from Green Tree Good Neighbors. And we're acknowledging and authorizing the administration to accept this grant for $6,000 to support the Manhasset Middle School Bridge Program for at-risk students. All in favor? And those grants were garnered by Dr. Coleman and Dr. Chowski. And when we all read that, we said, like, do you sleep? Do you and Dr. Coleman sleep? Because the things that you both do is astounding. So thank you. And we move on to policy.
My counterpart is not here, so I'm stuck doing this. The policies are simple. They're just small modifications that were done. Policy number 1050, annual district meeting. It's the first reading. The policy has been updated to include early ballots and NISBA update regarding the use of voting machines. All this is available online, so you can see the modifications and the red lines and the changes that were made. This is, hold on. Policy number 5425, automated external defibrillators. It's a first reading. Updates to include the state regulations regarding the availability, training, and usage of AEDs in school and during the extracurricular activities. This is still under review with the head nurse and has been reviewed by athletics department. Policy number 2210, board organizational meeting, first and final reading. Policy is updated to 1, reflect the change in organizational meeting date requirements, and 2, the appointment names have been updated to align with the yearly organizational meeting. And then policy number 6670, the petty cash fund, first and final, change to increase the allowable petty cash purchase from the amount of $25 to $50. Does anybody have any questions regarding any of the policies on the agenda? Nope. All in favor? Or Nicole?
Thank you, Maria. And our next point of business is establishment of a petty cash fund. Currently, Marianne Shields we're moving the amount from $40 to $100. All in favor? That's 4. And moving on to our board discussion for committee reports and work groups. We haven't had any, right? So I'll just skip all of that. Should I? I won't go through with them one by one. Okay. And the next item is our personnel schedule. Did everybody have the opportunity to look through it? Okay. All in favor? That's 4. And the next item is the approval of appointment of Dr. Alexander Barty as medical inspector. Okay. All in favor? That's 4. And then our consent agenda. I won't read all of them, but I know that Did everybody have the opportunity to go through each attachment? Okay. All in favor? And that's 4.
So Nicole, that's 1 through
20.
20, okay? Got it. Excellent. Outstanding. Thank you.
And our upcoming items of interest. September 24th is our next meeting. And it'll take place here in the district office. We'll be discussing district priorities and goals for 26-27. And that meeting is Thursday at 7 p.m. Following October 22nd and November 18th. We move on to public comment. And prior to moving on to public comment, I'll just read a small disclaimer. Public comment is designed to have the board listen to comments and concerns as it relates to school matters. We may not be able to answer at this time, but we'll follow up as appropriate. Please understand we are unable to allow for any questions or comments about individual students and school personnel at a public meeting. If you wish to discuss any personnel or students, please contact the appropriate building administrator, superintendent, or board. As always, we trust that all comments will remain respectful. If anyone is present that would like to address the board, please identify yourself by full name and/or organizational affiliation and state your place of residence in connection to the district. Speakers are provided up to 3 minutes and will be notified at the 1 minute, 30-second remaining mark with a hand raised. Is there anybody that would like to speak? Okay.
We get 6 minutes or? Is that fair? Great. My name's Tom Neal and I'm a parent, lived in the community for 20 years and I have 2 kids go through school.
My name is Paul Seeley. I live in 25 Claret Circle, Manhasset. I have 2 kids in the district, one who recently graduated.
I'm at 279 right. We just have some general questions about how parents would bring forth potential HR situations. We just want to understand the process because it's not all that clear. Is that fair? Just general questions, not specific questions.
We don't typically have a back and forth with parents in terms of questions and answers and things like that.
You can follow up.
Without a doubt, any questions you want to give me, I can follow up with you.
Yeah, we want to understand, like, you know, how would an HR situation be handled? What's the process? You know, if a student came to a parent and said, I saw something that I thought was inappropriate or something that was abusive by a staff member, how would they bring that forward?
So again,
You answer that. I mean, that's a pretty general question.
yeah,
For anybody in the board.
any question that you have about anything can be emailed to the superintendent or to the board.
We actually.
We did that, but we didn't get the
Yeah.
answer. So we figured this out. General questions.
Let me just, forgive me, but you're the board president. I apologize.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, these are just general. We're not.
No, I understand that.
In the process.
You said you went through that process and didn't get answers or,
Things that we didn't get answers. So.
okay.
We want to understand, maybe we made a mistake. We didn't understand.
Yeah, no.
How to do it right.
I feel like you did send some questions and did receive some answers. I don't believe that they're answers you wanted to hear, but I did believe answers were given.
We're just talking general.
In general, anyone has any question about any concern
That's all we want.
and go to the board
Yeah.
or to the superintendent or both.
This is
Outstanding.
potential situation.
I understand, sir.
That, you know, if
Okay.
something were to happen, we're not saying it.
Okay.
So-
That should go to, it could go to, if
Could
it
go to a department head or.
It could go to a principal. It could go to a director. It could go, we all are reporters. We're all responders. We all have, there is no hiding under a rock or anything
Okay,
like
okay.
that. So it can
The
happen
right
that
thing to do
way.
is go to the director, go to the department head, go to the principal.
Potentially, yes.
And they
Yes.
would do what, an investigation of some sort?
There would potentially be something along those lines, yeah.
And then if it's corroborated, what happens then, once the investigation starts?
So again, we get You could,
If it were to happen.
yeah,
Hypothetically speaking,
Hypothetically.
we're not getting into any,
I don't want to get into nuance here.
we're not.
You can email any question or concern and we will provide an answer for you. Okay? So you can,
What would constitute,
any question or concern, my bus is late. Why is the bus always late? You can email the head of transportation, you can email the principal, you can email the teacher. There's always a process.
like an ethnic slur or something like that, a sexualized comment by a staff member, something like that would be inappropriate, I would guess, right?
Yeah.
We're just asking.
You know, you're not just asking. Okay. I'm going to tell you that you can send all these questions to us in writing and you will get answers.
Okay,
Okay?
all right.
Thank you.
Great.
Was that
Thanks.
done?
I believe it was done.
Okay.
And in the future.
Because have you sent questions to us? I don't want to, you said that
This
this
is
is
a potential situation.
potential, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
How about anything?
So please, and we could talk afterwards. I'm happy to talk to both of you gentlemen.
Yeah, great.
All right.
We just want to make sure we're not doing something wrong.
Sir,
Extend the process.
I appreciate that.
Great. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Sealy, thank you. The audience, I apologize. Our community members? Okay.
Motion to adjourn? Okay. Or Nicole? Thank you.